Happy Mother's Day, everybody. So now I've given it away that it's actually Sunday.
Here's cheers.
Because yesterday I had a headache that felt like I had an axe going through my head.
Don't worry about all the negative stuff. Look, got the...
Well, I'm just explaining that it's not that I am a slack, you know.
Move out of the way. Look. Show them.
Oh, Paul wants to show you the open fire.
Got the
it's
open
pride
fire.
And joy.
Oh, it's beautiful. Got the open fire going. All the leaves are falling off the trees.
It's like an American sitcom sitting in front of me.
We call it autumn, I think.
Drinking our tea.
The Yanks call it fall.
That's so corny, isn't it? We do look like... Anyway, that's funny.
Yes, here we are.
Okay, now, we've got some questions. Everyone's asked us questions because I just popped it up yesterday, so we haven't got loads of questions.
Oh, good. Short one.
A short video. Today for Mother's Day, I made myself a heart-shaped pancake and made myself a cup of coffee and took a picture of it and put it on the Facebook page.
Like the heart-shaped reef on the Great Barrier Reef.
You know why? Because my daughter is away and girls are the ones who do those little cooking things. So the boys saw what I'd done and so then they got me some flowers, which was beautiful. Didn't you?
We don't want to hear any complaints.
So if you'd like to see my heart-shaped pancake, go to my Facebook page. I'll put the link below here, the Jewel Chick Facebook page, and you can have a look at my artistic. I thought it was very creative. It was yummy too. Anyway, it was funny. Okay, Seamus said, you know Seamus in Ireland, he said, can he come to taco night? Or when we're in Ireland, can we go to his house for a barbecue? Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Seamus has been doing videos for a little while. He's about, I don't know, 16, 17. He's lovely. Hello. Maxie, can you do an Irish accent from over there? He's shaking his head. Carol. We saw that on Wife Swap where this Irish couple, Carol. Anyway, Crystal said hi. Oh, Crystal's really funny. She tells us that she's been exercising to her videos, so the longer they are, the longer she stays on the treadmill.
Not going to get much exercise this week, Crystal.
That's so funny. That is very funny. Braden said, will I be going to the opening of Love Never Dies? Yes, which is the sequel to Phantom of the Opera, everyone.
When's that?
It's coming up in Melbourne. It's coming up on the 28th of May. Oh. I am so excited because I saw a TV program about the other day. Like, I knew it was the sequel, but I didn't know exactly what it was about. So what it is about is Christine and Raoul have been married for 10 years. It's 10 years down the track, and they've got a son. And then she's going off to some opera place to open a building or something, and then the Phantom comes in and rekindles their love.
Sounds like a plan.
I reckon that sounds good. Anyway, I'm excited. It's the opening night and it'll be fun. Yes. Hey, what did you think of my Logies videos, everyone? The TV Week Logies videos. I had my friend Jake, who's Max's age, and he's like super duper computer and camera
He's a freak.
whiz.
He's a freak. Hi, Jake.
Yeah, and so I had my beautiful Canon camera set up on the digital, you know, onto film movies, and then we bought this light, which I just tried using then, but it was a bit too bright for us. So I've got this light. So it was the whole deal, and the quality of those videos is exceptional, isn't it?
Well, they shoot commercials, and they shoot television commercials on that camera, so the quality is awesome.
So beautiful, and I had a microphone. So I was really flying. So in future, when I do those events now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have no problems being able to communicate and record.
You've got a few good videos booked up too.
I have, but that's a surprise. I'm not telling.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. Not telling though.
Linda knows, but I'm not telling. Okay. Braden said, oh, okay. So yes, Braden, we'll be there and we'll see you and you can be on my video. Yes. Crystal said, she wanted to say, where did we get the boxing bobs? All I did was I Googled it on the internet. So if you Google Bob or Boxing Bob, and I think there's even a Facebook page for him, funnily enough, and then I just ordered it and it came. There was a company in Australia and there's also companies in America. They're a lot cheaper in America.
There's no stopping Megan.
That's right. That's right. You can always find anything.
You walk out the back and there they were.
Voila. But you know what?
What?
Have I got good value out of them? Am I using them?
Sometimes it's not about you.
What do you mean?
But did I get good value out of them?
Well, you get a wife who's got bulging biceps and a healthy physique, and you always say that health is the main thing. What would you do without me?
You moan and groan a bit when you come to bed saying, oh, I've done boxing too hard.
Yeah, but you know what? Isn't he colourful?
I'm only stirring. It's the beautiful fire. Go on, next question.
Okay, Maddie said, where is our next holiday? Our next holiday is to London and Capri and Rome. So that's going to be exciting. We love it there, don't we? So Capri is so beautiful. It's so picturesque and the water's so beautiful and blue.
A lot of people say they've been to Capri. So you've been to Capri? Yeah, I've been to Capri. Went across on the ferry. You get into the big harbour.
From Positano.
It's all the crappy shops down. You catch the Inclinator up. You go to the town square. And then they go back down again, get on the ferry and go back to Sorrento or go back to Naples or back to Positano or Amalfi on the Amalfi coast, any of that area there. But the really beautiful Capri is when you go up and you do the town square, because we stay on the other side, on the back side, where the Piccolo Harbour is, the smaller harbour, and there's mountains on either side, and the water is just beautiful.
It's where they filmed that light blue ad with that really good-looking guy with the pale blue eyes. All the girls will know that ad.
Great big bommy rocks. Yeah. And you go down and you sit and
you'll see videos. I'll do
very
videos
few.
For you.
Well, there's not the massive day trip people, and then in the evening, after all the ferries have gone back to Naples or Positano or Amalfi or wherever they're going, Capri is just beautiful, and everyone dresses up, and the food's beautiful.
And I even get a bit of gluten-free pasta there sometimes.
It is. It's one of the very special places in the world.
So everyone, I've been staying off the alcohol because I was just thinking, oh, that's probably when I'll start back drinking properly again. But I did have a glass of champagne for Mother's Day today. In fact, I probably had 1.5 glasses. Yeah, because what I've decided now is I've been without it for 2 weeks and it's felt great and I've lost some weight, which is really good. But what I've decided is I'm going to drink on special occasions, you know, once a week if I go out for dinner or something like that. But I'm not just getting into that regular habit of having a drink.
Good for you.
Because it was lovely having a glass of champagne. The family was all there. It was nice. Paul's mum and brothers and stuff. It was good.
It was a good day.
So, Maddie, that's where we'll be. Cindy Lou said, positivity question. Do you vent, talking or journal for release about problems? Is venting positive or negative? Do you know who I vent to? I do, because, you know, we're all human and we all have stuff to say, and you know, like, it's not like I don't ever say anything.
And you know what? Megan knows not to vent on me too much too, because I don't want to come home and just hear a whole lot of negative crap.
I don't have a lot of negative crap.
No. But what I'm saying is, you know, no one wants to be.
But we all have
vented
a negative crap.
And it's sort of vent. Look, we'll chat.
Sometimes if someone annoys me, I can, you know, tell Paul. But you know what? It's not. I don't do it on a regular basis. But if you know, when things get to you, I think you need to be able to talk about it. We're all human.
Yeah, well, we talk about it, and yeah, that's normal.
And he knows me really well too, so he kind of gets where I'm coming from. When I say, "Can you believe that person did that?" or "This happened today," or whatever, then he kind of understands why I was hurt, or you know, he kind of gets me.
But it's not very often.
What, that you get me?
Well,
or that I complain?
I wouldn't hang around if you vented all day. You'd be like,
yeah. Well, no one wants a venter all day.
No.
I used to write in a journal. But you know what my mum taught me, seeing as it's Mother's Day, some motherly advice. She said, never put anything in writing that you might regret one day. And I have to say, I tell the kids that too. So even when you're really angry and you write off a letter to someone, don't do it. You might want to write it.
I remember one day one of Megan's friends came over and Megan was not happy about something and she'd written this big long email and her friend read it and they went through it all. And Megan said, what do you think? What do you think? And she read it, and it was very, yes, yep. And then she said, that's great, now delete it.
Yeah, that was Nikki. That was great advice. Nikki said that to me.
Now delete it. Don't send it because...
And it was great advice.
Because someone, see, when you get one of those, you can store them and you say, you know what, I'll just keep that in a
No, I didn't even. I just deleted it.
But people can store them.
Yeah, Nikki listened to me vent about this person and I said, what do you think about this letter? And she goes, that was fantastic. And I thought, yeah. And then she goes, now press delete. And it was very good advice. Thanks, Nikki.
That's what your mother taught you.
But yeah, it was good. It was really good advice. And it's true. So don't put anything in writing and, you know, be aware of your words when you put them out there, even verbally, because people have memories.
Put good things in writing.
Yes.
Put the good things in writing and leave the bad things. You know what? Sometimes just let it go.
Yes. Bolet. Have you ever been to Copenhagen, Denmark? No, but I'd so love to.
Do you know what I saw this morning?
Maybe this year, maybe in August.
Well, do you know what I saw in the paper this morning? There was I saw this magnificent image on a website the other day, and it's in Norway and it's called Preacher Rock, and it's this rock.
Do you know about this, Bolet? Because you can tell us.
It's a.
Where, Norway?
In Norway, and it's a great big piece of rock that's like 900 or 500 meters drop on all sides.
I remember you showing me that. Has anyone been there?
It's that big chiseled piece of rock.
Let's do that.
And you sit there and you look down the fjords, and they
you wouldn't want to be with someone who didn't like you, would you? Because they could push you over the edge.
Well, when you look at the people on this preacher rock, they look like ants in proportion.
You would be petrified. Paul hates heights.
No, but you don't have to go and hang off the edge, but it is absolutely...
You would be like 30 feet from the edge.
Whether I was 29 feet or 31 feet, does it matter? I know my limitations.
Yeah. No, I don't like being too close.
It's spectacular.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Has anyone been there?
We haven't been to Copenhagen, but Megan would like to see the Northern Lights, but that's Christmas time,
to see that.
Not summertime. And so Copenhagen...
We will do that, and we will get to...
Well, Norway, Finland and Sweden, we would be very interested in seeing that.
The best-looking people in the world are Scandinavian, I reckon.
Yeah.
You always look at those beautiful people, men and women, don't you think?
We keep getting stuck in Chamonix. Eating
in Switzerland, drinking
France.
with the foie gras and stuff. Look, I'm not talking about that anymore because someone asked me, did I know about what foie gras was? Yes, I do, but I only have it once a year, and I know it's absolutely horrendous.
Anyway, what's the next question? No, we haven't been to Copenhagen.
but we will be. Maybe in August, maybe. We haven't planned that yet. Okay, Tracy, our lovely friend in Canada, said, so, being Mother's Day Sunday, I would love to hear you talk about your lovely mum and things you did together when you were younger and also things you do together now. I'm sure she is so proud. Oh, that's lovely. I won't read all that, but that was a lovely compliment. Thank you. My mum lives in Geelong, so she's about an hour away. I have a great relationship with my mum and dad, and I ring them every day, don't I? Chat away. Mum calls me her chatterbox because I used to tell her everything.
Not much has changed.
Yeah, not much has changed because I used to come home and, you know, she'd be asleep. You know, I'd have been roller skating or something and I'd come in and I remember telling her about my first kiss and all that sort of stuff. And I remember saying to me, oh, so was it good? And I said, no. I hope he's not watching.
Who was it?
I'm not telling. No, I'm not telling.
Just for the record?
No, I'm not telling because that's too much.
I can tell you who it wasn't.
You. You're the only person I've ever kissed.
Yeah, well, you might get a job in real estate.
So no, Mum and I have a great relationship. Mum's also celiac, which means she's gluten intolerant, and I have my mother to thank for that because it is a hereditary thing, or it's genetically passed down. My other two sisters didn't get it. I was the lucky one. But I think Mum quite likes it that she can come up to our place and always know a gluten-free meal is on the table.
Yeah.
But what did we used to do? Mum is an amazing dressmaker and always had beautiful cooking, and there were always biscuits and cakes and things we had these 3 tins, but she used to ration them out. Like when I make a cake at home now, it's gone in like...
a 5-minute cake.
Yeah, it's gone. Or maybe overnight and the kids will take it to school and that's it. But Mum used to make a cake and somehow it would last the whole week. And we're only allowed to have one piece, and it was only in our lunchbox. Like you couldn't come home from school and have a piece of that same cake. You had to have something else.
She hasn't changed.
She hasn't changed.
You go down there and you ask for a piece of slice. No, it's got to last
really
me the whole week.
Yeah, Mum makes does some baking at the beginning of the week. She'll laugh when she hears me telling the story, and she makes like a slice or something, and she's so disciplined. No, disciplined.
Got to make it last the week.
Yeah, but that's not frugality that's doing that. She's disciplined. She doesn't want to eat the whole lot, whereas I think, I've got to get it out of the fridge.
I'm going to wait for Marge to put her comment out.
so she manages to make it last, and you know, she and Dad have one piece each day.
Well, and that's not frugal.
And then no, it's discipline. She's not doing it to save money. She's doing it because she doesn't want to eat all that stuff.
I'm not talking about money.
Well, that's what frugal is.
She's frugal with the slice.
You mean she won't share it with you?
That's right.
That's right. Because Mum thinks that, you know, because it's harder to get gluten-free stuff, although you guess...
Next question.
Today I made gluten-free pancakes, I told you earlier, but they were gluten-free. And you know what, everyone? It came in like this plastic carton, and you just poured a bit of water in. It was so American. I shouldn't say it like that, but it was. It was so like ready to go. Easy, I'm ready to go, because I know Americans often make cakes from packets, whereas I don't. Anyway, it had this like handle, and you just put some water in, and you go shake, shake, shake. Voila, pour it in the pancake. It's amazing. So easy. Okay.
It was so good. Megan's shoes had some too, I noticed.
Oh, my Mother's Day slippers that Zoe bought me. Donna said, how am I going to handle my Oprah withdrawal after the show ends in less than 3 weeks?
Watch the reruns.
Oh my God.
There's 25 years of reruns, so don't panic.
Do you know what? I hope Channel 10 does show them.
Oprah
Don't worry, Australia's so behind that we'll be seeing it for the next 2 years at this rate. But do you know what?
We'll adapt.
I'm going to be really sad because I don't watch it every single day, but if I'm around and I'm in my art room, I definitely watch it. And I like knowing it's there. It's familiar, and I've grown up with Oprah and listening to her stuff. So I don't know. I hope she does a big box set of all the episodes or something because I'd buy them all.
Get them online.
I'd love to watch them all again. I'd love to see the one that inspired me about the women who were in those marriages where they wanted some financial freedom. That would really... I'd love to see that episode. Anyway, she also says, why isn't OWN available in Australia? Well, because it's a cable thing and it's a paid-for thing.
They've got to sell it to the network.
Yeah, they've got to sell it to here. And I said to her when she was here, I said, are you going to bring... Are we going to get OWN in Australia? And she said not initially. So I guess she's planning for it, hopefully.
Of course.
God, I hope so, because there's some amazing shows. Like I've seen little snippets of that masterclass and everything.
But couldn't you view it on the internet anyway? You don't, Stream it live from the...
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Anyway.
TV's moving in all sorts of ways now, so...
We'll get by.
Yes. But I will miss it, yes. You're so right, Donna. I will. Donna's one of my friends in Chicago, everyone, that I met through YouTube, and you know. Oh, didn't you realise that's who I was talking about? Did you?
I know now.
Yeah. Ah.
I don't know.
He's there now.
You're having the salad? You're having the salad, Donna?
Lisa said, how did you find out that you had celiac disease and what were your symptoms? Okay, everyone, seeing as I was just telling about that. Yeah, I'm gluten-free, and so, yes, I got really rake thin, which was the best part of the whole thing.
Thin that you didn't look well.
I had skinny legs for the first time in my whole life.
Didn't you make a video on this? Isn't there a YouTube
Yes,
on
I have done a video. I'll put the link under here.
So,
but I had lots of canker sores or mouth ulcers. I was very thin and I was super tired.
Had to have a sleep in the afternoon.
They were my
energy,
symptoms.
No energy.
Yeah, but everyone's different. So some people get bloated. Not everyone loses weight. Some people are anemic.
Some people are asymptomatic, have no symptoms at all.
That's right. So if you feel like, you have got something, just go and get a gastroscopy done. And keep eating gluten until you get the gastroscopy because your body starts to heal so quickly that if you go off the gluten and then get the gastroscopy, it'll give you a false reading. But it's definitely worth knowing because it does lead to cancer. It can lead to all sorts of different cancers like intestinal cancer, throat cancers. So
bowel cancer. When
you go off it like I have, I'm completely back to normal. So I have the same chance as anyone else.
Call yourself normal.
I am normal. Owen said, do you barrack for Geelong, the Geelong football team?
Yes.
How lucky was that? When I married him, he was already a Geelong supporter. I didn't have to convert him.
That was the keystone of the main speech at the wedding. Right. Did I have all the successful ingredients for a long and successful...
Does Paul barrack for Geelong?
Yes. Long and successful marriage to Megan, and they peeled off about a dozen things, and then all of a sudden the crescendo was, yes, Paul does barrack for the Mighty Cats.
So yes, go Geelong. Did we win? Yes, we did.
We're undefeated.
And those Gold Coast Suns, or whatever they're called.
Next week, Collingwood, Geelong. Both sides undefeated. MCG, Friday night.
That's who played on our wedding day.
That'll be a 70, 80, 90,000 job, and we're going as a family, and that'll be fun.
Yes. Christine said, I was just wondering how you and Paul deal with those niggly marital discussions.
Well, there's no discussion.
Have you got a technique you can share with us?
No discussion. I tell her what to do, and when I want her opinion, I tell her what it is.
You know what?
And it's not that I'm always right. It's just that I'm never wrong, and now that we've got that understanding,
we get along. Saying it all, isn't it?
We get along fine.
Do you know what? When we have disagreements, it's really just about the same thing over and over again anyway. And I don't know, like we both really know each other so well that, I don't know, it's nothing that's not fixable, is it?
Yeah, well, the question was, how do we get around it? You know what?
I just work around it because I go and fix what I know Paul doesn't like that he's complaining about. I'll tell you what it is. Can I tell him? Do you mind?
Yeah.
I think I've told you before that Paul is a neat freak. And I like things neat, but I don't, like when I walk into the house, I just don't freak out if something's out of place, whereas it sets Paul's hair on end.
Can I give you an example?
Oh, I hope we're not going to have an argument on the video.
Yeah, that'll be your fault. Megan had friends over, so she puts the cappuccino machine on. She makes them all coffee. No, this is true. She makes them all coffee. So 2 days later, the cappuccino machine's still going. I said, If you're not using
one day, thank you.
If you're not,
he likes to exaggerate, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you're not using it, turn it off. That's reasonable. Yeah, okay. So she did. She turned it off. And then another day later, I went in there to put the cups back in because they'd been cleaned. And there's the stainless steel jug of milk that had been foamed for the cappuccino sitting on the bench, curdled and smelling.
That's true.
And I said,
that is true. But you know what? That's an exceptional story.
Shh. If you turned off the machine, couldn't you see the stainless steel jug right there? No. I didn't see it. Megan's very blind, you know, and we'll go out somewhere. We'll go out somewhere and Megan will say, "Did you see the jewellery she was wearing?" I said, "Didn't even look. No idea."
Well,
and I'll say, "Did you see the mess? Did you see the mess?" Didn't even look.
Yeah.
Didn't even see it. So anyway,
so
they're minor things.
That's right. It is minor stuff. But when Paul doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. Believe me. So if I can sense that he is in like a mood where he's going to come home from work and I think I need to tidy up the house, I have to seriously everyone, I have to actually think, right, and I'll go into every room and I'll look around like this and I try to pretend to be Paul and I try and work out what on earth it is he's going to say because I wouldn't just look in there.
Try to pretend to be me.
Well, how else am I going to do it if I don't sit? I have to actually really concentrate and look around the room to work out what you wouldn't like.
I'm a kind of person that everything has its place.
I don't dress up as you or anything.
No. Everything has its place, and if you use something, just put it back. That's all, you know. And
I don't really start arguments myself.
Maxie's the same as me. He's in order.
Anal.
And Zoe, you know, when she just gets undressed, she just drops her clothes and walks into the shower.
Well, I don't do that.
Leaves them. She just leaves them where they are, and she's got so many things happening in her life. She doesn't think like that. So that's all they're about. So you know what? Megan knows what drives me nuts, and I know what drives Megan nuts, which is nothing because I'm as bad as perfect.
Because I am patient and tolerant and kind.
As you'd ever get.
So there you go. That's how we do it. I don't know.
Is that right, Margin Bob?
I don't know. Like, we haven't, you know, we have very few arguments these days. We probably had more in the early days of our marriage, I would say.
I think Bob used to come around and adjudicate them.
Yeah.
And he used to tell us what good people we were and how the world
was
at our feet.
Yeah. Because, look, you know what? Sometimes it is good to have that third person in an argument, everyone. Actually, that's good advice. Sometimes, look, when you have an argument, you always think you're right. Paul thinks he's right, I think I'm right. But when I used to tell Mum and Dad, what they would do is, and they probably would still do this if I rang, because I probably would ring Mum if I was having an argument with Paul.
Bob will say, "You're 50% right, Paul, and you're 50% right,
what Mum
Megan."
does is she'll tell me all the things about Paul. Oh, but he's so great, blah, 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 right? And then, like, let's say, well, she wouldn't ring Paul, but let's say she did ring Paul. Or if Paul happened to talk to her, she'd go, "Now you know that Megan's, you know," and she'd say all my good points to Paul. So she kind of likes to sew it all up backstage, and then we both, you know. So it's a third person can be quite good if there's no agenda for them.
Don't pick your mother-in-law as the third person. Probably not a good idea.
But she has been.
No, Marge has been fine, but Marge is unique, you know, because
if I told Paul's mum, she'd just think I was the devil.
I'm the number one son-in-law.
She would too. All right, so that's it, Christine. Gee. We didn't even argue, did we? Then?
No.
With all the talk of Wicked the movie, who would you like to see in the roles? Matthew. Well,
we already know.
Well, we don't already know it all. The truth of the matter is that the movie's not going to happen for a few years yet, because when I talked to Stephen Schwartz, who wrote Wicked and who is highly involved with this, of course, he said that it's not going to happen for about 4 years yet. So realistically, it probably won't be anyone that we can see right now, because they need to be of a certain age. So right now, of course, I'd like to see Lea Michele as Elphaba, you know, from Glee.
Of course.
Doesn't everybody love Glee? Oh my God, I love that show. And I don't know who I'd pick
Lucy
for Glinda.
Durack.
Well, yeah, we love Lucy, but I think they're thinking more American stars, you know, like who, I don't know. Like, yeah, of course, Lucy. I love Lucy. She's great. She would be gorgeous. So I don't know. Who do you think? You can put that underneath here and tell me. So realistically, it's down there. So realistically, it's going to be another 4 years or so.
I feel like I'm doing the weather because the finger moves the wrong way.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, everything.
So yesterday, everybody, for all my Wicked fans, did you know that it was Wicked's 1,000th performance in Australia. And you know what? That has been such a big part of my life, and I'm so grateful to it. Doing the YouTubes for Wicked has been a big part of my YouTube stuff, hasn't it? And a lot of you guys out there who watch now, these videos even, have come from watching my Wicked videos initially. So that's really nice because I've met a lot of younger people doing that. Yeah, I have. Okay. In fact...
We went into the camera store.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to tell that story.
We went into the camera store the other day, and as Megan was walking in...
Blake?
I wasn't actually there at the time, but don't worry, I've been told the story more than once.
I love this story.
And walked in, and the guy just about jumps out from behind the counter while he's serving someone else and says, "Jewel chick! Jewel chick!
You know what?
Jewel
That
chick!"
is so...
So
that is the exaggerated version.
I went with Zoe. We had lunch, a toasted sandwich, a cup of coffee, because I thought,
I'll tell you the real
that'll
story
be enough time for Megan to buy all the stuff she wants in the camera store. And by the time I get there, Megan's still waiting. I said, "What are you waiting for?" Because the man who knew Jewel Chick wanted to serve Jewel Chick.
That's right.
That's true.
But that's not exactly what happened. Was I walked in and he was serving someone else and he went, "Oh, Jewel Chick," like that, and it was so cute. I loved it so much. I can't even tell you because I never think anyone's going to know who I am. Blake.
Blake.
And I was so thrilled. I'm sure it's Blake. It's something like it is Blake.
Blake from Ted's.
Yeah, Ted's Cameras. And when I go into a camera store, sometimes they totally baffle me with camera talk. Like, I know what I'm doing with my camera and I take good shots and everything, but when they start talking all that camera talk to try and make you feel like an idiot, I hate it. So as soon as he said that, I thought, oh, because I was getting stuff to film at the Logies and everything, and I thought, he's so going to know what I want, and he did, and he's perfect. Oh, it was a godsend. Thank you for that. Say hello if you see this video too. I'll put it on your page. Sky. I made you a video response, Sky. I saw that. Did you see my comments? This gorgeous girl, Sky, made us a video.
Have to see
it was so cute. I put it on my page. I put it on my Facebook page. And you know what she's done? She's got this group of friends and they all have Monday night dinners now. And they all made a video sitting around the table and said hello to me. It was so beautiful.
Cool.
Imagine that all the way across the world.
Yeah.
She's in, I think it was Vienna. Like, isn't that wild? I loved it. And I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be tacos. But Monday's a great night because all your single friends, you know, don't do anything on a Monday night as a general rule because it's not a date night, is it?
Megan's got quite a lot of single friends.
I have got a lot of single friends. But it's a good night to catch up because Monday's just like such a dead night. And you're not, you know, no one's ever got anything to do. Okay. How do you think we can protect today's tech-savvy kids from what they shouldn't see? Do you think they're exposed to too much? How have you dealt with issues with your own children? I have never had a real problem with that because, I don't know, we just haven't, have we? But if I had...
The kids don't feel the need or the desire to go and sneak off and sort of do and look at things, you know, in a sneaky way. So we haven't
I guess you've got that parental block. You can do all that sort of stuff.
It's a good question.
But it is a great question because there are all those sites, like even those awful chat things. And as teenagers, a lot of kids, you know, think they're older than they are and they think, oh, we'll meet a boyfriend online or whatever.
Here's the answer. The answer to the question is we've spoken to the kids. You know, we'd be driving along in the car and we talk about weirdos online, about talk chats, about people...
and having been on it like this doing YouTube, I've experienced a lot of crazy things.
Date rape, rohypnol, you know, the drugs, you know, don't have a drink, put it down on the counter, have a dance and come back to it.
Yeah, never
don't let someone buy your drink for you. What happens in this event, you know, what happens. So we actually still and do talk to the kids a lot about that. And I think that, you know...
Communication.
Education and communication is the preventative rather than trying to look for the cure after the horse is bolted.
And I also think, like, there's so many people, I've talked about this before, but there are so many people out there, and they're not going to be watching this because they are not into the internet. There's so many parents out there, and, you know, I'll go to a meeting of people my own age, I'm 44, and I'll go, are you on Facebook? Oh, no. Oh, I couldn't be on Facebook. Oh, no. You know, like, and they freak out as if they think that the minute they put something on, they don't stop to consider that they are choosing what they put on. If they don't want to put their family barbecue photos on, they don't have to. Believe it or not, I don't put everything on here.
They choose who can look at it too.
Exactly, but it's also good to be able to just
be aware
of everything,
and
to have your own experience so that when something happens to you, because even as adults, you still get dodgy experiences and people saying crappy things, and you know, like everybody does. I haven't really had many bad experiences.
The answer to the question is really to talk to your kids about all of these things, even
and involve yourself in the internet. Make sure you're involved, involved with what they're into.
Have fun with it. Not the fear and the unknown and sort of telling them what they can and can't do. Join in.
We're friends with the kids on Facebook,
and half of their friends.
Yes, but I really seriously forget half the time to even go over and say hello. Like, I don't look at the page, and unless Zoe puts up a photo and tags me, like, seriously, I know that the mere fact that she has allowed me on indicates to me that everything's fine.
As you know, people who have
nothing to hide nothing. And it's true. So I don't understand it when some parents say, oh, my kids would never let me on. I don't know.
You've got to ask yourself the question.
Yeah, that's right. Ask yourself, why aren't they letting me on?
How many more have we got?
Oh, no, I'm enjoying it, though. It's only 30 minutes. We've got to keep we've got to keep Crystal going on her treadmill.
I've got to do something, so...
Well, are you going out to buy me a Mother's Day gift? You don't have to do that.
You're not my mother.
I don't care. I'm your children's mother.
Always got your hand up for a present.
I love presents. I'm not one of those people who would have a party and put on the bottom, please don't bring a gift, because I really love birthday presents. Are you going? Oh, okay. So I'm going to sit here for a minute because Paul's gone somewhere. He's tightened up because we're sitting on the floor here. Okay, so I will sit here now, cross-legged. You can just join in from over there, maybe.
Yeah.
Anita says, are you an advocate for any causes? Well, yeah, I do different things. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Different charities, different things. Mercy Care for abused women. I spoke at the Lighthouse function. I've got a few more things that I'm speaking at this year. Paul and I are going to go to Africa to raise some money for Women for Change.
I'm doing a charity auction Tuesday for that African one.
Yeah. So, yes, we do lots of things. Sorry, my foot's got a cramp. Yes, we do lots of things. Sometimes nothing sort of that's... Oh, no, the Mercy Care's always... You've done that every year for probably 8 years. Oh, my foot has so got a cramp. I'm trying to bend it back. Oh, hang on. Do I have to pause? Hang on, let me see if I can get rid of this silly... cramp. Anyway, so yes, we are into charities and different things like that, and like quite often I'd help a friend, or I would, I do things like that too. Like sometimes I think it's really nice to actually help people that are close to you who really need it as well, because it all starts somewhere, and it doesn't matter if you're helping the person next door or the person over in Africa, you're still helping someone. So I think that's the main thing. I think some people get all caught up in, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, but if you're just kind and do things for people, that's the way it all starts. Chelsea, what is your advice on dealing with anxiety, depression, and have you had personal experience? No, I haven't, Chelsea. I have not, but sometimes it's
anxiety, like anxiousness.
I hope you can hear Paul, because this is going to be a waste of time otherwise.
Sport is good for...
sport's good, Paul's saying.
And anxiety, it is.
I've never had depression, but... it's a really real thing, and we know people who've had it, and I've got friends and all that sort of stuff. So if you think you've got it, I think it's something to consider seeing a doctor about. But try doing some sport, try doing some positive stuff, try a gratitude journal. Don't drink alcohol. That's true.
Don't take drugs.
No drinking, no drugs. I mean, no, I can't give you any more advice than that because I'm not a medical person, but try to see the good stuff. And a lot of people say that doing a gratitude journal is really great because it helps them to sort of see the stuff in their life that's good.
Hang around with people that are positive.
Yeah, hang around with positive people. People that bring you up. If you're hanging around with people who bring you down, that's not the go. And this week, I don't know, because I did so many videos for the Logies, everyone, my video with STACEY CURRIE sort of got caught up in that. So I hope a lot of you have seen it because she came over and we talked about so many amazing things, and she has had the most bizarre experiences ever. When she says to me, oh, I was living in a place and I didn't have a table and chairs, like, I just can't even imagine that. Like, you can imagine people saying, oh, I didn't have money to go to the movies or whatever. Like, this is from my point of view, right? But when she said I didn't even have a table and chairs, I looked at her and I was like, wow, you know, like, she has come from such a different angle, and she is now like a successful businesswoman, and she's positive and she's happy and she looks after her health, and she's got 5 children. Like, she's truly extraordinary. And she was actually on Kerry Ann Kennelly this week, which was amazing. So I'll put the link to Stacey's video under here as well. So, Crystal, if we don't go long enough, you can have a listen to that video. Oh, I think you might have watched that one. But anyway, that is a really interesting video about, and she was a victim of domestic abuse, and she's been through it all, let me tell you. So really great to watch, because if you think times are hard for you, I'm telling you, she has done it all and still found a way to dig herself out and rise above everything else. Amazing woman. Hello, Stacey. Do you get the Ellen DeGeneres show? And if so, do you watch it? Yes, we do get it. And I watch it sometimes. I don't mind it. I like it. But I don't watch it all the time. I met Ellen when I was in LA in 2006, and Portia. But she wasn't as big then when I met her, so it wasn't like, I mean, I think her show had just started maybe, I can't remember. But I know that in America she's very popular, isn't she? And I watch her, and, you know, I love the show. It's fun when I watch it, but it's just not something I sort of religiously watch. Jackie. Decisions. What is your process with decision making? Small or big? Writing, pros and cons list, gut instinct. I tend to overthink things. Generally gut instinct with me. Paul would probably be more the person who would sit down and think of it more seriously, wouldn't you? Are you coming back to sit here? Do you want me to move the computer around? I don't think we can hear you from over there. I'm
happy.
Paul's happy sitting over there. Yeah, I think that you can overthink things, but, you know, everyone's different. Maybe a pros and cons list is good for you. Maybe everyone has their own little ways of thinking things through, don't they? But gut instinct with me, generally, you know, like, if something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Like, if you're thinking about something and you go, I don't think that's the right thing to do, then that's what it is. It's not the right thing to do. Kylie, I hope I get this question out before you start your video. What is your biggest fear? Hers is toads and frogs. I'm not crazy about spiders, but, you know, I don't know. Do you have a fear? Looking at Paul over the top of the computer. He's scared of looking over the side of a building.
Yeah, I don't like heights.
Yeah, heights. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't like putting a snorkel mask on, especially to go diving. But I'm not, I don't know. It's not claustrophobic so much as, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. Are you coming back now?
Just a cameo. Megan's biggest fear is getting a new outfit and going to an opening and someone else wearing the same outfit.
I'm kidding.
Don't you love that when someone says something like that and you're like, Do you know what? The thing is with that one, smart ass over there, the thing is I wouldn't ever look the same as someone else because I would always have changed it around a little bit. It's true, I do. I change it around. I do think of that. And so when I wear an outfit that I think someone else might be wearing, I do, you know, like I've done my own jewellery. I don't know. I sort of quirk it up a bit. But I do remember going to a lunch one time and I got in the car and this girl had this exact same skirt as me. It was this skirt and had all vintage buttons down the front. And whilst the skirts were all individual, it was definitely, you know, like the same skirt. And then we got to the lunch and there was another girl in it. But we did all look different. So it was okay. And I actually got my picture taken with it because I thought it was funny. So, you know, Paul's highly exaggerating there. It doesn't freak me out. As long as, you know, I know that I would never just go and make it plain. I would always jazz it up a bit.
I'm trying to lighten the load up a bit.
I know, but that made me look, you know, that makes me sound like I'm vacuous and just thinking about that sort of stuff.
Where's your sense of humour?
No. You know what I'm like. Carol Ann says, a big hi from Massachusetts. I haven't been there. I couldn't think of a good question, but I wanted to tell you I'm always on the lookout for James Taylor concerts. I love James Taylor. When we saw him with Carole King last year, that was exceptional. And what was so great about it was that they were their age and they were enjoying life. Like, how old did Carole King say? She was 61?
70? Well, no, like...
yeah, she'd be about the same age as Olivia, wouldn't she? Olivia Newton-John, I think she'd be the same age as. Yeah. Anyway, she looked amazing and she'd done no surgery. She had like her curly blonde hair. She was rocking on the stage and she was amazing, and it was very inspiring to see them living their dreams. Their voices were still the same. I'm sure they still feel exactly the same inside as, you know, when they were in their heyday, but I thought it was wonderful. I loved it. I didn't know, did you know James Taylor had sisters and brothers?
No.
And that they sing at Martha's Vineyard sometimes.
Well,
wow.
I want to go to Nantucket and I want to go to Martha's Vineyard.
Paul wants to go to Nantucket and where? Martha's Vineyard. So there we go. But how wild. I'd love to see that. And I will go to James Taylor with you, Carol Ann. That would be fun. And happy Mother's Day to you too. Jamie said, if you could see any movie/book on stage, what would it be and who would you like in it? Oh, well, you know what? You know I want to see Wicked as a movie. I reckon that would be wonderful. It's just, I don't know. Are we all going to complain when it becomes a movie, and is it not going to live up to our expectations? Probably. I don't know. It's going to have to be incredible, isn't it? Is there anything you'd like to see? Oh, I know what I'd like to see as a Broadway show, the movie Enchanted. And Stephen Schwartz actually did the music for that, and I was trying to push that to him when I met him, going, come on, let's have Enchanted as a Broadway show. I think that would be so wonderful. And they could kind of incorporate it like Hairsprays in Australia with those like screens that interact, you know, for the cartoon part of the movie. There we go. There's an idea for someone wanting to do something. I reckon that's a good idea. What would you do, Jamie? Put under here because I'm interested to know what you would like. Laura said, happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. Well, it's today because I was sick yesterday. I'm hoping my hubby will bring me a cup of coffee in bed in the morning, and my kids have hinted they made something. That's nice. There's nothing better than a homemade card and prezi, is there? Have you got any special plans? Well, as I said, we've just been out for lunch with Paul's family, and that was beautiful. I didn't have to cook or anything. It was very nice, actually. I'm just going to refresh this page to make sure there's no more questions. I don't think there will be. Because, oh, is there? Let's have a look. No. Okay, so that's it. Now Paul's going to come back because he wants to be in the video.
I'm just going to stoke the fire.
Oh, we can see your bum now. So happy Mother's Day out there. Happy Mother's Day to my own mum. I love you and have a great week, everyone. See you next week. Thanks for watching us again. I can't believe we've done 41 minutes, 42 minutes.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.